See, in this world, there's two kinds of people, my friend. Those with loaded guns, those who dig. You dig.
Finish him!
Let's go. Welcome to episode 14 of It Gets Dumber. We don't have anything to talk about this week, so this is going to be a bumpy ride, folks. Buckle up.
Are we seriously recording?
Yeah, we're seriously recording.
That's great.
I just jumped right into it. Why
You
not?
just ambushed me.
I did.
I was not even ready for this.
Sneak attack. I'm over here playing Magic because you were on the phone with your dad for 20 minutes.
Yeah, he's been asking me about that truck next door for a while. And I keep telling him, like, yeah, I'm gonna ask him about it. Yeah,
I'm going to get to it.
I'm gonna ask him about it, and then I never do.
No.
Dude, I don't know why he wants it, to be honest with you.
I mean, doesn't he have like 5 trucks now?
He has 2, and this one kind of baffles me. He's like, yeah, that's perfect. I can just drive it around. And I'm thinking, dude, you need a truck like I have to just drive around. Because
your dad is not going to pay that much for a truck, though.
No, but he's got beat-around trucks. There's different. Like, there's beaters, and then there's Sunday drivers. The truck like I have is considered a Sunday driver, basically. Maybe a weekend driver.
Put on your bolo tie and your shit kickers and go.
Well, I mean, if you're planning on going somewhere nice or whatever, you drive it. The 4Runner is something like you drive every day.
That's your beater?
Yeah, that's the beater.
So the Taco's my Sunday truck then?
So yeah, right. But you don't drive it that every day anymore.
No, I don't.
Okay. So you would consider the Veloster a beater.
Yeah, like I drive the fence I did every day now.
Yeah. Well, the 4Runner is my beater until Isaac gets his license, and then I got to figure out another beater.
Is he stealing the 4Runner from you?
I told him he could have it like 2 years ago. Whenever it was that I got it, I don't remember.
I started replacing everything on it.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
You replaced what, the frame?
The frame. Yeah, that's the main thing. I just put new windshield wipers on it the other day because I thought it was supposed to be freaking raining today.
It was supposed to.
Yeah. Now it's like later tonight it's going to be raining.
As soon as I get to deal with boxes in the morning in the rain, which is going to be lovely.
It's not loaded?
No.
Have y'all been in that new warehouse yet?
Nope.
What's the time frame?
They like this time last year. Oh, June will be in there.
Last June.
And then
So
it's
now
like,
it's this
oh
June.
no, it'll be July. That every month it's went forward a month. Every month.
Yeah. So yeah, I try to tell my dad, dude, you need something. You need a weekend truck. You don't need a beater because he already has a beater, and then he has
a beater, and he has another beater.
Yeah,
and a beater.
So he's just gonna have all beaters, basically.
I mean,
more power to you.
Instead of spending $3,000 on this truck, $3,000 on this truck, $3,000 on this truck, just take that $12,000 and throw it towards a nice truck.
Exactly. That's what I say. But that's just not what he wants to do, and he can do with his money whatever he wants to do with his money.
It's his money, yeah. He works for it. He does what he wants.
Exactly.
Not judge.
So I don't think it's worked at this point because he said he's only got like 2 more years, and I don't think that he's working for anything right now. He's just playing out his time until he's
trying to hit the age like you're retired,
right, and he can draw 100%
and not get
penalized.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the word to use.
Yeah, so I tell him all the time. I tell my mom, I'm just ready for them to stop because
some people once they stop altogether.
Yeah, I know. Some people do. As far as my dad is concerned, I don't think that he would. I think that he would find something to keep him
your
busy.
dad would tinker on something.
Right. Mama, on the other hand, I don't know
Her house would be immaculate.
Right. Mama would be a homebody for sure. And I'm not. I don't have a problem with
She'll
that,
be
man.
dusting individual like slats on the blinds.
Oh, dude, they're about to have some work done to their house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got a guy over at Grandma's house right now. I'm just gonna call it Grandma's house because it was my grandma's house.
Yeah, I still call Pop's house Pop's house.
Yeah, so he's got a guy over there that's basically remodeling the house, and then when he gets done over there, he's gonna go to their house. And so when you walk in the back door, right now you kind of walk in, and there's like the washroom, and then there's a bathroom, and then you turn left and you go into their living room. Well, they're gonna kind of wall off that, and they're gonna take that bathroom out, and they're just gonna have a hallway that goes straight through, so you don't walk directly into their living room, basically.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and that's cool because if somebody shows up at the house, they want to have a little bit of time if they're sitting around in their underwear or whatever, that they won't just straight walk into the house and you're in your underwear.
They may be in there getting the freak on. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean,
I will say, dude, so up until I was staying in Al's house, dude, I would just lounge around. You needed to call me before you came to the house because I'm just in my underwear, basically. I'm not dressed. And then if people came knocking on my door, I had to jump up and go put some clothes on.
Would it make you more comfortable if I stripped down to my underwear and done the podcast?
We should
just do it in our drawers.
We should do the podcast in our underwear.
Just do it in our drawers. Why not?
We should. I mean, we're comfortable with each other, right?
I've known you my whole life, pretty much.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, people listening.
People
listening
this
may
got
not
really gay really quick.
No, people listening may not care, but people watching may care when we finally do go to video.
Like, oh God, cover that shit up,
dude. The GoPro is literally sitting right over there. By the way,
yeah, I'm lazy.
All right, I'm just saying.
We'll get to it eventually, but today is not that day.
No, it's not today.
It is not today.
No.
And you know what? It's probably not going to be Thursday either.
No, dude. We have got to hammer down the day. We've got to.
It seems like something kept happening this weekend.
I know.
I worked late, or you worked late, or I got sick, or
yeah. I think I screwed myself over Friday. By the way, I know I screwed myself over because I didn't have a reset day, and this week I'm just working on borrowed time. Which tomorrow is my last day, and then I'm gonna take a few days off. Isaac's birthday is Wednesday.
I called out of work for the first time in almost 9 years yesterday.
That's good. That's good, man.
Not really. Like, I don't want to talk shit to people to call out of work. Now look at me. I called out.
Okay, so the people who call out of work, do they always call out of work?
Quite a few of them, yeah.
Okay, so that's the difference, man.
Oh, fair enough.
If you have a track, if you can show somebody like, hey, this is how often I call out of work. This is how often you call out of work. There should be a discrepancy there.
Yeah, like you got like my whole tenure, and then you just have like one little blip.
Yeah.
I guess this dude is like either thinking really hard or done something and went to go take a shit or something. Because he hasn't played a card in like 5 minutes.
Is there a time limit?
There is. I'm just gonna let it run out because if he thinks I'm gonna like salt out and quit waiting on you, joke's on you, buddy. I'm multitasking.
Do you lose if you wait? If you quit?
Like it counts as a loss if I exit out and quit.
Oh, I've never. You know this. You know this.
Yeah, this isn't your bag. I know.
No,
I know.
No. Have you ever seen Magnus Carlsen play? I don't know if we've talked about this.
Yeah, like I've seen Magnus Carlsen play chess.
Dude,
I wonder if he really did have anal beads vibrating.
No, that wasn't him. That was
wasn't
somebody.
him? It was
no,
somebody
it was
else.
somebody. Yeah, it was somebody that he was playing against. Is what he talked about that on Rogan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he talked about there was a guy that like they were sending some little signals, possibly through something that he had put up in his tail hole, and that's just.
I mean, like sending in Morse code or something.
Yeah,
like,
pretty
beep,
much.
Beep, 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 beep. Like I know how to play chess. I just don't know how some people are like Queen to E5. I'm like,
yeah,
the fuck is E5? Like I know how to play,
dude.
right?
He played like 5 people at one time, and he was blindfolded.
And he probably whooped all of their asses too.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it, man. I really don't.
Some people get a gift for something, man. We just ain't figured out what ours is. Like,
it's probably certainly not this.
yeah.
At this point, not. Listen.
Hey, we're just doing this for love of the game at this point.
Yeah, we're just doing it for our own mental awareness.
Like, if you listen to it, cool. If not, eh.
Are we past 5 minutes yet?
Oh, I done said shit a couple times.
Did
so,
you?
Yeah, I said shit.
Oh, well, that
So-
sucks.
We're never gonna get monetized on YouTube, anyways.
Well,
Oh, look, I won! Yay!
all right. I thought for a second there, I thought that was the opening music starting to play. It's kind of got like the same vibe to it right there at the beginning.
Wrong.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like that intro music, by the way. You know what? I'm going to talk about it. I don't know if we talked about it in the last episode. Is this episode 14, by the way, or is it?
This is 14.
Okay.
People can hear this. I'm opening packs that I've got as player rewards on Magic.
Yeah, man, that's great. We should just have all the interruptions.
Yeah,
We should just call it the fucking interruption podcast.
I'm
Jeremy
pretty sure
dropping stuff, and then Jeremy playing fucking Cards Against Humanity on the fucking.
It's Magic the Gathering. You got my Cards Against Humanity down there somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah. Yeah, it's down there somewhere.
Well,
Dude,
next
I
time we have a
love
party
playing.
or something like it.
We're supposed to be doing something this weekend, actually.
But yeah, but that's for like your 18-year-old son.
Well, I don't know exactly. I mean, he might. Oh, dude, I don't know if my
You-
family's coming over. Well, it was registering in my mind as you were saying it, and I was like, so Isaac is supposed to have some of his friends over. I don't know if it's supposed to be this weekend or not, but then I don't know if that means my family's coming over, and there's a whole different, a lot of other stuff to unpack there. Like, because if we invite people over, then the punch is going to come out and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it could be like episode 3, just, not on a podcast.
In the real world.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'll have to
We
do some-
have been known to get lost in the sauce a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, listen. This episode is not alcohol free.
It is for me because I got to drive.
Yeah, dude, you have turned into a little vajayjay. I'm just gonna go ahead and say
It's
it.
because I've been driving.
Okay, that never stopped most people. Watch Cops every once in a while. Okay, that doesn't stop
I don't
them.
want to be on Cops. I don't want to hear like, ooh.
Listen,
I'm like, oh shit, I done fucked up.
what you going
The
to
second
do?
you hear that oof, you're like, damn, I done fucked up.
That's it.
Game over.
I mean, no siren sounds or
Yeah,
anything.
no.
You just hear that
You
guy.
just,
Ooh!
ooh, what you going?
That's it.
It's over with.
Listen, between here and your house, all you've got to do is keep it between the ditches, and you're fine. You're golden. I only see a state trooper every single day out here. Okay,
I passed one on the way here earlier.
going that way or that way,
This way. Had
Okay,
somebody,
yeah.
Had somebody hooked up.
dude. The speed limit as soon as you go around that curve is 35 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
People will go 60, 65 all the way through town. And I'm like, how do I not see more people more often pulled over? I don't see anybody ever pulled over in town.
No, you always catch them on the outside.
They're here. We've had a guy pulled over literally right here in the driveway.
Yeah, I had a full episode of Cops in the driveway.
But I don't see anybody pulled over in town. And I'm speed limit guy. This is my hometown here now. Like I can't get a bad reputation. Oh, I saw that dude pulled over in town. He was speeding. I go to speed limit in town. Just I might be the mayor of Dublin sometime. You never know.
Does Dublin even have a mayor?
Sure they do. I don't know who it is.
I'm going to run for the mayor of White Oak, man.
I'm sure that there's.
Congratulations, you're now the mayor over this shrub.
Well, I mean, they got Kane's Grill.
Guard it with veracity.
There's a post office in White Oak.
That's it.
Dude, I had Kane's Grill about a few weeks ago.
Better than Melvin's is now.
Kane's is pretty good. That's kind of like a hidden gem. I don't know how if Melvin's is on like the top 15 places to eat in North Carolina. I don't know how Kane's is not.
Gets outclassed by 'em, man.
It's just because it's mainstream. It's because people can go to White Lake and they're camping there and they're like, Melvin's is right there in Elizabethtown. And at one point, you couldn't buy alcohol in White Lake. So they had to come to Elizabethtown anyway. They're just going to go to Melvin's. They're going to get something. They're going to go home.
I remember back in the day when, like, during the summer, you go to Melvin's to get a burger. The line is all the way to the back doors, back up to the front, back up, back to the back, and out the back doors.
Yeah.
But they would churn through that line in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, you wouldn't be in line with like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, like they would just burn through.
Yeah.
Now you go in there, it's like.
People be like, you go in there and you see, like, you can't even see where the line starts or ends. And you'd be like, oh, that's okay. We'll be out here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
You could go to Melvin's and get your burgers, even if there's a line wrapped around the building twice. You could still get your burgers quicker than, let's say, you go to
McDonald's.
Giorgio's. Somewhere like, yeah. You can still get your burgers quicker because they got an assembly line. They've got it figured out. I don't think the burgers are as good as they were, but nothing's as good now as it was back in the day.
That's because I used to get like the meat from the old grocery store I was right there.
IGA. Red and white.
Red and white.
Yeah, dude.
And they used to mix the hamburger meat. I swear they put sausage in it, man.
You think so?
I think they used to.
I don't know.
That would explain why I got that nice crispy edge on the burgers when they put them on the flat top.
Oh, dude. I remember when I was a kid. There was two things that you would look forward to on the weekends. Master Fried and Melvin's.
Hell yeah, man. Dude, I would slap my mama right now for a fucking quick snack and 2 corn dogs.
Oh, God. Them corn dogs.
Dude,
oh, my God, dude.
I would cunt punch my mom right now for a fucking gallon of sweet tea and a barbecue sandwich.
Oh, dude. The pork chop sandwiches.
I would bitch slap Jesus for a pork chop sandwich.
Pork chop. Oh, God, dude. The steak sandwiches and the pork chops. You could get it. Doesn't matter what you got from there.
Dude, like you can go out there and tell you wanted fucking a piece of shit deep fried. They would hand it to you and it would be fucking delicious.
As long as you got a corn dog with it, dude.
Dude, those corn dogs.
And then on Saturdays, get gizzards from there.
Yeah, get livers and gizzards.
Dude. Listen, the fucking place is still there. Okay, it still has Master Fried on the top and everything. But we can open that place.
I'm pretty sure, like the old ladies that like ran the back part of it, I'm pretty sure some of those aren't with us anymore. Cause it's been like,
it doesn't matter.
It's been like almost 10 years since it's closed down.
It doesn't matter. We could put our own stamp on it.
I don't want to put my. If I opened that up, I would want it to taste just like it did. Like,
well, I don't think we would ever be able to mimic those corn dogs.
Dude, like if you got the recipes for them, like I'm sure
it may be hidden like Bush's baked beans inside of a.
I have heard that the old man that owned it was buried with the recipe.
No kidding.
I got a shovel
just for the corn dogs.
No, for like the chicken breader and all that. He was buried with all the recipes for the shit.
Oh, that sucks.
Like I got a shovel.
I mean,
I got some post hole diggers.
I can kind of understand it though. I can kind of understand why. He didn't. I mean, but the thing is,
we can take a chain and hook it to the vault and just snatch that some bitch out the ground,
dude. When
I'm
you
talking about grave robbing for corn dogs over here.
Yeah, dude. I'm with you.
Y'all don't understand how serious
where's he buried
this
at?
is. I'm not sure, but it's not nothing a registered deed strip will figure out.
We just go. Do you know what the dude's name was?
I know who knows.
Okay. So we find out the guy's name, and we start in Elizabethtown at the big cemetery back there where 4 County used to be.
Just start walking line by line.
We just start figuring it out.
Find out he's like buried in fucking Arkansas or some shit. Like they took him back home.
He is in Elizabethtown
he's in the
somewhere.
Fucking Ozark Mountains.
Is there any other cemeteries in Elizabethtown except for that one?
The ones at the churches.
There's no cemetery like at the 2 big churches in town.
Well,
the 3 big churches in town.
There's that one that's out on past Star Telephone out there. There's that real big one out there.
Oh yeah, I know where you're talking about. Yep, I know where you're talking about. It's right
one
there before you get to White Store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know where you're talking about. So where is he buried at? You think?
I don't know. Probably in like the back of a church. We're gonna get run out by a nun or something.
All right, listen. If any of the family members of this guy would happen to be listening, you've got 30 days. We're just saying 30 days. You can either give us the recipe or we're going grave digging.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
Do not consider it a threat. It's
not
more,
a threat.
It's not a threat. It's more of a promise.
God damn it. That didn't make it any better. That didn't make it better at all.
No.
That just made it worse.
Don't consider it a threat. I mean, listen, we're in search for the recipe for the corn dog. I mean,
if we find out the hush puppy, we find out the corn dog. Because the hush
I
puppies
think we can do it.
were the corn dogs.
I think they were bright leaf hot dogs.
They were definitely bright leaf hot dogs.
So you just got to figure out how to make the corn.
But we gotta get that breader right.
The breader is the key.
Is the key, yes.
Yeah.
And then we gotta figure out what kind of oil they use.
Listen, people,
How
I don't
hot
know.
they fried them.
Most people who's listening to this do not know what Carolina Master Fried was.
It was this little hole in the wall.
You would
Chicken
not. You would
Shack.
drive past it every single day and be like, "What is this place?" And you may not ever know. You may not have.
And that was some bomb ass chicken.
They had everything that they had in there was basically good. You could go there on a Saturday, and just like we're talking about Melvin's, people would be in their cars backed up to like
Out
Burger King
on the main road.
Yeah.
Like a quarter mile away.
for that chicken, the pork chop sandwich, steak sandwich, and you had to have a corn dog. You could not leave that place without a corn dog.
And the sweet tea, man. The tea was
The tea was good.
The tea was the best tea.
Okay, I'm going to say something controversial right now, though. I don't drink sweet tea anymore, but the sweet tea from McDonald's is pretty good, too, though.
It is good, but mashed fries miles better.
I'm just saying. But anyway,
Look at you, Mr. I don't drink sweet tea anymore. I only drink the finest Earl Grey.
I haven't drank
A
sweet
squeeze
tea.
of lemon to really bring.
I
all the
haven't drank
ingredients
sweet tea in
together.
a long time.
I ain't drank sweet tea in like a couple hours.
And and this is coming from my mama used to make. She didn't make tea with sugar in it. She made sugar with tea in it.
Oh, yeah, she made syrup.
That shit was good though.
I remember my little brother and my nephew when they were like 14 or 15. They were home by themselves, and they were gonna make Kool-Aid. They put a 5-pound bag of sugar in a gallon of Kool-Aid.
No.
Yes, that shit was like fucking syrup.
Sugarade.
It was syrup. It wasn't even.
I don't
It
even
was-
know if is that possible. Oh, dude. When we used to chill out in the little shed at Trey's,
I remember the shed.
dude, we used to make some Kool-Aid, and we would sift through a bag of fucking of sugar in no time,
Mm.
dude. We so me and you said Trey hadn't listened to a single episode
He
yet,
hasn't
right?
listened to a single fucking one.
Okay, me and Will's planning on going to see him soon.
Okay.
We all should go see him soon.
Yeah, I still have all their shit for Christmas still sitting in the corner of my bedroom.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, we would tear up some fucking Kool-Aid in there.
Hell yeah, man. Best Kool-Aid flavor is the tropical punch.
I don't even give a damn. I wouldn't give a damn what color it was, what flavor it was, as long as it was Kool-Aid. And it was cool.
Best flavor of Hawaiian punch is the Polar Blast.
I don't know any of the flavors. My favorite Hawaiian punch is probably the red one.
The fruity juicy red.
Yeah. Whatever that is.
Yeah, fruity-
Okay, so since we've been cussing for a few minutes, I guess we should get into this. I've
Fuck,
seen a
shit,
few
ass.
I've seen a few videos today that seems like what we talked about last week with the pyramids is horseshit.
It could be. Who knows?
So basically, Piers Morgan had on some archaeologist on his. If you've never listened to the Piers Morgan or watched the Piers Morgan podcast, then you should check that out. It's he it's mostly political, but they were talking about the pyramid and what they found out about it, and so basically these guys made a pretty good point. Was you're saying that you're using a satellite to see what's underneath the pyramids, and you're also seeing from miles down. And they're like basically like this is an unproven like technology, and
It could
you should
be.
take it with a grain of salt.
Who knows, man? It could be truthful. It could be bullshit.
Yeah, I was really hopeful because especially when they said that there's like two squared structures a ways down, and it could be like these hall of antiquities or whatever. It could house like the secret of life or whatever. But
If it did, we'd never know.
we'd never. Well, I don't know.
We never
So
know.
that was basically like the the argument was, even if it was there, what are you going to do? Drill underneath the pyramid, and then you could
They'd find a way to get to it. Somebody will figure out a way to get to it. And then they would hide whatever it is, so nobody would know.
Why would you hide it though?
Because, man, if it's something that fundamentally changes people's belief structures and everything, you know the chaos that would happen.
This day and age,
If all these people, like all these religious people, find out that religions are all bullshit, what are they gonna do?
I mean, so I think you have a point to the younger generation, but the older generation, it's not going to make a difference.
It would make a difference. To
I
them.
don't believe so.
If like something like
You say okay,
without
listen,
a doubt,
listen first. Listen, if something came out today that literally proved religion wrong, do you think that you could go to your mom and say this proves religion wrong, and she would change her mind on it?
Probably not.
Okay, so that proves my point.
Fair enough. But just saying, like anything that will like change our like what we know about like humanity's past. I say like a lot, like I'm a Valley girl.
It's fine. It's fine.
Anyways, anything that would change like our perception of our past, like oh we really did have high technology back in the day, oh we lost it because some stuff happened across the. They wouldn't want us to know that.
I don't know why they wouldn't. I don't know why. If it's discovered,
if it's discovered, that,
why
like,
hide it?
We had the capabilities to transmit wireless energy, where like you just have to put this thing up, do this, and like you'll absorb the frequencies from the earth and be able to power your stuff with it. And they can't put a meter on it. They're not going to let you have that. There's no way for them to make money off of it.
I kind of agree with you. And I will say that, let's say if Nikola Tesla had this thing, and so basically what the theory was the pyramids was like they were harvesting the Earth's natural energy, and they were figuring out a way to broadcast it across the world. If that were the case, then yes, the power companies would go bankrupt because now you have free energy.
Right.
And
that's going to cause some other industries to collapse.
But listen, you already have free energy. You could get solar panels and put them up in your backyard right now.
It's not free, though.
Why is it not free?
How much does it cost for solar panels?
I mean, considering how much, which I've never powered anything by solar. I don't know how hard it is to power how many solar panels do you need to power a house? 24/7.
Probably a good portion.
So that's another thing is we have all of these solar panel fields that have popped up or just around us. Mm-hmm. All of these solar panel fields that have come up around us. Why is our power bill not any cheaper?
Because we don't have any cutoff of that.
Has the solar fields not paid for themselves yet? So why is my power bill not cheaper? My tax money probably paid for those solar panels to get built.
Yeah, and it's giving a kickback to somebody, some high up in some kind of like.
So we should go
executive position somewhere.
We should go to the power company and be like, listen, you got all these solar fields that are around us right now.
I'm just gonna run a drop cord out there from it straight over to the house. Is that cool with y'all?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I'm just gonna plug right in.
But there's no law that says that you can't get solar panels and put them in your yard.
No. I like to get solar panels, but then you gotta get like a battery to store the power so you can pull off the reserve, and that's where the big money sink is the battery.
Well, I mean, there's no difference in that and a battery powered car that you have to replace those batteries every so many years.
Fair.
So
I wonder what the resale value on like Teslas in 10 years is gonna be.
I don't know. I think the resale value for them right now is okay.
This one's a solid car right here. You just got to buy this $12,000 battery to put in it.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if this is the thing where, like, say, like if you take it back to a Tesla dealership for them to resell it, would they replace the batteries?
They probably would, and they'd probably pass that cost on down the line.
Right. That's where you get your resale value from.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why they can't figure out a way to put like a generator on the back two tires.
Oh, dude.
So as it's going down the road, it's just charging itself.
yeah, I mean, you put copper coils inside of a or like a electric motor. It's creating its own energy
Yeah, there you go. Like
to charge a battery.
yeah, just slap them on there. There you go. That bitch can run indefinitely. No more stopping at the Tesla supercharger.
Yeah.
Just hey, we got a 1,000-mile trip. Guess what? We're gonna make it a one shot because we're gonna put it on auto drive.
I
Let
believe
this thing
that.
take over, and we're just gonna take a nap.
By the way, Amazon has got like this spring sales event. I saw a soundboard on there that was on sale that had a bunch of different inputs for mics and stuff.
Oh Lord,
I don't know what it made me think. It was like $169. I don't know if that's what we needed or not, but there was ones for like the what is that? The 3.5 millimeter, the 0.35, whatever it is. And then there were slots for USB, and then there were slots for the XLR. So I'm just, it was like $169.
Send it to me. We'll check it out.
I don't know, dude.
Do we really want to pour more into it than what we already
Right.
have?
I mean, literally everybody.
I say we just keep trucking along with what we got.
I do too. But the thing is that everybody in our lives that finds out that we're doing this, they're like, "Hey,
I want to be on that."
You ever wanted to have?" And I don't blame them because they want to be a part of something, and if it takes off, then it takes off or whatever. But we can't have guests until we upgrade, and the problem is like we have pumped a lot of money in this up to this point with no return. We talk about this. We talk about this pretty much every episode. I'm just saying, Amazon did have a sale on one that where like it could have multiple input sources on it. So
put me on one of your stupid game shows, Mr. Beast. I need some money.
Yeah, we didn't hear anything from Mr. Beast from the last episode.
He's like, oh, these two fucks in North Carolina wanting something. Fuck them guys. Fuck you.
Yeah, but anyway, so solar panels, yeah. I remember when I was with 4 County, I don't know about Duke Energy, but when I was with 4 County, they had an incentive where, like, if you got a solar panel, you would get a discount off of your power bill.
I'm sure there's something like that. So, like, any excess power you generate probably goes back to them.
I mean, that would be the trick. Like, I don't know. I haven't done any research on it or anything, but how much energy can you get from, let's just say, 24 hours of sun or whatever on this solar panel? Is that enough to power your whole house for one day?
Maybe. I'm not sure about what the average kilowatts per hour usage is in a house.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Like, how much would it generate for? I know I see a lot of people's houses driving up and down the road. It's got like 10 or 12 on the roof.
Yeah, I see that too. I think it's pretty cool. There's 2 benefits of it. I mean, you could preserve your roof that way because it's not hitting your roof; it's hitting the solar panel. I mean, listen, roofs are not cheap, man. To fix your roof is not cheap.
I know.
So you got to do what you got to do, man. Put a fucking solar panel up there. You ain't got to worry about it. You'll just have to change out the solar panel instead of the roof.
Which, in the grand scheme of things, I'm pretty sure a solar panel will be cheaper than a roof.
Probably, yeah. Are you peeling yourself?
I had a couple come off, yeah.
It looks like it's about done for the most part, though.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Like, I still got a few spots here and there.
Is it hurting still?
I mean, it's still tight feeling in spots.
I mean, it's been less than a week, hasn't it?
Yeah. Just like back here on the back of my arm. Right there.
Yeah, I mean, I can't understand why anybody would want to go through that.
I get a bunch of people like, oh, can I see your tattoo? Yeah, here. Oh, it looks like that took a long time.
So that's one thing. Like, tattoos interest me, and I want to know about them. But when it comes to like crunch time and me getting a tattoo, I'm like, nah, I'm okay. I'm good. I don't want to live through that agony.
It wasn't agony. I slept through most of this.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Except for a couple of spots where he hit it.
Yeah, like right there around my elbow. Boy, that one's it. And right there on that bone where on your wrist.
Yeah.
That one feels nice too.
I would never get my whole sleeve done for sure because that's just too much pain.
Oh, by the time I get done, I'm like, I'll be.
Damn it. I started talking about that and I didn't even finish it. So I said that I would get a tattoo, the podcast logo tattooed on me somewhere.
Mhm.
And Jeremy doesn't want to do it until we got like 10 fucking thousand subscribers.
Hey, we got to make it worthwhile. I got to give up real estate for stuff I already got planned.
No,
out.
man, it's a memory.
It is a memory. I'm making memories right now sitting in this room with
So
you.
where do you want to conserve? Put it where you don't want to conserve it. Put it on your fucking nuts. I don't care.
Yeah, like I put it just on my right testicle. Just right there, just a little circular, like two dudes sitting around a campfire with dunce hats on.
I would get it. Like, I mean, if that's I would get that. Like, I would get that.
Somebody single needle that thing on there.
I don't know what single needle means, but I mean, I would get our logo tattooed on me. I've already got Isaac's birthday tattooed on me, and then I've got my favorite basketball team, which, by the way, they're playing in the Final Four. But so what's the next thing?
Way to slide that in there.
Yeah.
And don't ever get a significant other's name on you. Don't do it.
Yeah, I get that.
Don't do it.
I would get the Chevrolet bow tie tattooed on me somewhere too.
You gonna get a Honda H too?
Possibly.
Get them on tops of your hands.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it. I'll probably keep it inside of my t-shirt sleeve.
Well, that ship's done sail for me, sir.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. It's
I mean, you might as well just go full tilt now.
Oh, we are. We're just.
You ever gonna get like any of your chest? Do you have anything on your chest?
No, I ain't got anything on my chest. I'm gonna get thug life across my belly, like Tupac.
That would be cool.
Yeah, man.
I probably wouldn't because I got so much damn fat. And by the time they get done with it, it'll look like a fucking ink blot test.
A Rorschach test.
Yeah, is that what it's called? I thought it was ink blot test.
I think Rorschach's right. At least that's what the dude from the Watchmen's called. It's got the ink blots on his mask. I think it's Rorschach.
Okay, well, fuck me.
I know
guess
his
I'm
name
wrong.
is Rorschach.
Yeah, I guess I'm wrong. Fuck me.
Did you watch Teeth?
No, man.
Why didn't you watch Teeth?
I haven't had a chance to for the first. And we're going to watch it on my laptop in here.
You and Minnie need to watch it.
No,
on TV.
she's not. I'm telling you, she's not going
It's
to watch
not
it.
a horror movie.
It doesn't matter. She's not going to watch it. Because you recommend it, she's not going to watch it. 'Cause
Really?
she already knows how that fucking story plays out.
Just because I got y'all to watch a Serbian film.
Yeah, she's not watching it.
We didn't even get to the really fucked up shit of that.
Mm-hmm. No, you just literally told us.
Yeah, because y'all were rushing me. We wanted to record the podcast. It was like 10 o'clock at night.
We got to the part where, like, the girl basically was being forced to fellate this guy, and that was
he
enough
was
for
punching
her.
And
Yeah, I mean, and that would be enough for pretty much anybody.
I mean, some people get their rocks all freaky, man.
Nah, I'm good. I don't need to watch that. That's like, and even if it is fake, I'm good. I don't need to watch that.
It gets worse.
It gets dumber.
It gets worse. It gets so much worse.
Yeah. Well,
See, I don't.
I would watch it by myself. I think I told you this. I would probably watch it by myself just to see. I mean, I've watched some pretty messed up stuff. I used to watch Faces of Death.
Yeah, like that's. Apparently, they're selling that at Walmart now.
No.
Yeah.
Someone did me and you talk about that? They were talking about that shit was fake.
I'm sure some of it was, but I'm sure some of it was real.
Dude, I watched. It was like in the fucking Iraqi desert. Those guys chained the guy up between two Jeeps and pulled him apart. That can't be fake. How can you fake that?
I mean, you can fake anything nowadays. I've seen fake videos of people under the pyramids, like going around and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those. I was like, man, like if something real ever like happens, we won't fucking know because they can just say it was AI at this point. People are like, oh yeah, well, it makes sense.
Oh, my neighbor's calling me.
Oh,
I've already talked to your son, dude. It's okay.
Pausing the podcast.
Are you pausing it?
I'm
I've already told you, man.
Are we recording again?
All you got to do is ask. And
Oh, I think we're good. We're back on it. Okay.
we're back on it.
Yeah, we're back in.
I don't even remember. Oh, so
fake AI videos of people underneath the pyramids.
yeah. So in that podcast, though, they were talking about like, so why don't we just drill down and that could solve like the ultimate question? And they were like, okay, yeah, but when you start drilling down under the pyramid, then that like could damage the pyramid itself. And then so are you going to drill down underneath the pyramid and risk messing up this like one of the wonders of the world because you're trying to find out what may be under the pyramid? So just leave it. They're saying just leave it alone. Me personally, if I saw that there may be structures underneath the pyramid, I would want to find out.
Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah, because so I've even saw some things where like the pyramid was just a small piece of a bigger structure.
Right.
And that's what these like this LiDAR scan or whatever was basically showing, was it was a piece of a bigger structure and even some sort of power generator.
Who knows, man?
If you listen to like the story of Atlantis, you don't even have to listen to stories. There's actual places where you can go and see these big ass like hundreds of tons of rocks that have been cut out precision. Like, you're talking about people that were supposed to be doing this with like little rock chisels and shit, and they're cut to precision to like, and the way that they're joined together, you can't even fit a piece of paper in there together. And they're like, okay,
like South America somewhere like that. It's like Teotihuacan or something.
yeah, I know, yeah, exactly. I know what you're talking about. Yes. So you got a few questions. Okay, so how did they lift them up to put them together, and then how did they cut these things?
Who knows, man? Like that's.
I mean, I'm
like,
just saying.
In Baalbek, it's like Baalbek in Lebanon. There's those obelisks that get cut out. That we'll say it's like 200 and some tons or something like that.
Yeah, I mean they're
ginormous.
Big. Yeah, they're big. And I will have to say, I mean, back then you didn't have to worry about cell phones. You didn't have to worry about waking up at 4:00 in the morning to go to work. You didn't have all of these distractions that we have now.
True.
So all you literally had all day, if this is how they were made, you get your little chisel 5:00 in the morning, you start hitting on that motherfucker, and you keep hitting it until you go to bed that night, basically.
Like I got a whole half an inch into it today.
Yeah, I got 5 foot cut out today. I mean, and then you got this guy walking by like on Office Space. Yeah, like, so how far did you get? Did you see the TPS reports? You didn't get the TPS reports right. It's like, hey, listen, dude, you're kind of veering off by a tenth of an inch. We need you to straighten it back up. Yeah.
Dude, I think I've told this story before, but I was training a dude at work, and like we got done today and pulled up, and I was like, "Hey, man, you can go ahead and leave. I'm gonna go file this paperwork real quick, and I'm gonna head to the house too."
And he's like, "What paperwork,
he's
man?
like, "What
Do you need me to
paperwork?"
go
I'm like,
with you?
"Man,
I need to learn this too."
I gotta file some TPS reports real quick.
I've used that before too. I mean, Corey will remember this. We came in one day, and I was like, "Dude, we need to go to the office. I got to file some paperwork real quick." And he's like, he kept like asking me, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Listen, dude, I am at DEFCON 5 right now. I need to go to the fucking office, okay?"
It is honking further right away.
I was like, "Dude, we have got, I don't care. Like, we don't need to sit around and do like our morning paperwork or nothing. I need to go straight to the office."
I got some more pressing matters. Just telling you, got those TPS reports. They're really coming
They're
down.
time sensitive.
Yeah, they're coming down on me right now about them. I got to go get these things in right now.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I guess just to put some icing on the cake, we just like you said, we'll probably never find out.
Yeah, we'll never know. Like
my biggest issue with it is, why are all of these like tombs so far underground, and why
they're not tubes though?
Well, no,
I'm
just
the
saying,
like in the Valley of the Kings. And
like, yeah, I'm saying, so in the Valley of the Kings and stuff, why did they feel like they needed? Well, some people will say so grave robbers wouldn't find it and steal their like gold and stuff like that. Do we need to pause it?
Nah, he'll be all right.
Okay.
I'll talk to him on the way home.
Okay.
What?
No, Phone call.
It's the Bobby.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I
Well,
got-
you should probably just answer it, and then he could be our first guest of the podcast. Just answer it, be like, "Hey, we're recording a podcast. Is
All
there
right.
anything you would like to say?" We're talking about the pyramids right now. Give us your opinion on it. I mean, everybody wants to be a guest.
Why not?
We are.
Hey, good buddy.
Hey, good buddy.
We're recording a podcast, and we're got you on it while we're doing it.
You are the official first guest of the podcast.
Yeah, you are caller number 1.
I didn't know I called into the show. It's Monday.
Listen, man, we keep postponing the episodes.
Yeah, we had some occurrences over the weekend. Like he worked late, I worked late, I was sick.
I was sick.
So, yeah.
So
But yeah,
you're the official first guest
Yeah.
of the podcast. We would like to know what your opinion is on the pyramids.
On the pyramids.
yeah,
Yep.
the shit they found underneath the pyramids.
And now apparently that shit is horse shit.
Wasn't fully up to date on said topic. Didn't come prepared, but I don't think they're man-made.
I don't think so either. That has been my original opinion.
They could be man-made, just man a long ass time ago that had a lot higher technology than what we have now,
Or
There you go.
Or-
That's what I believe.
or aliens,
they were giants.
Aliens.
or yeah, it could have been giants.
So basically the Epic of Gilgamesh, and then supposedly we found his tomb, and then the next year, United States invaded Iraq because that's apparently where they found the tomb of Gilgamesh.
Yeah, it was underneath
And-
a riverbed.
And fucking Americans built a damn base right on top of where they said they found
yeah,
Gilgamesh's
it's
tomb.
amazing how that works, ain't it?
Yeah. I don't know why we would want to hide it though, but but then again,
it's something that like changes human history. Like, hey, check it out. He really was a fucking 7-armed deity of like death and destruction, and roll with a fucking hairy giant named.
okay, so let's put this into perspective, right? So you do know that in the Bible there's David versus Goliath, right?
Right.
So
yes.
even in the Bible they're saying that there
Yeah,
were
like,
giants.
It verbatim says there's giants in the Bible before Noah's flood. There was giants on the land, giants on the earth in those days, or something to that effect.
That's I truly
And-
believe.
Use the floods to kill the giants because they're giants. You would have had to really flood the entire world. Kill
Yeah.
them.
And I mean, some of them still could have snuck through. Who knows?
Where's their bones at though?
The Smithsonian has them. I know you've heard the tons of stories about the Smithsonian getting like giant bones that they find in like Indian burial mounds and stuff.
And they
and they just go and like nothing to see here, boys.
and instead of them saying that these are human bones, they made them out to be dinosaurs.
Some of them maybe.
But have movies not taught us anything that we shouldn't be digging around archaeological sites in Egypt?
Well, they would like for us to not dig around in Egypt because we might stumble upon something that they don't want us to know about. That's what Jeremy has said all along.
Yeah.
I mean, terrible curses, plagues,
So that's another thing that I've been seeing lately
possession.
is they're saying that they know where the Ark of the Covenant is. It's in
I've seen that too.
yeah, and there's these priests who are guarding it, and they only guard it for like a few years, and then
Because
they get
die.
ready.
Yeah,
They die of
it's at a
radiation.
church in Ethiopia.
Yeah,
Yeah, they go blind.
yeah, they go blind, and then they not too long after they die.
Yeah, like you go blind. How are you gonna protect any fucking thing if you're blind? Is my question. Like
You don't have to see to protect
How
something.
the fuck are you gonna see him coming,
Dude, your other senses are heightened when you can't see.
Okay, so like if this motherfucker's walking stealth like and didn't wear no cologne today, and he's just
No,
he's
dude.
coasting down
No,
the
you
side.
can hear him walking. Have you, dude?
Did
Samurai.
you not see that movie a
Exa-
couple years ago where those teenagers broke into that old dude's house and he was blind, but he still pumped them up?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he chains up to one chick down at the bottom and like artificially inseminates her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was called Silence of the Lambs.
No, it's like
No, that's eating people.
What about the one with Sandra Bullock, where she blindfolds herself to go outside?
oh, that's because
No,
like that's
that's
aliens.
a quiet. No, that's not a quiet place.
No, the
That's,
bird cage or
bird-
something. Bird box.
Bird box or some shit like that.
Yeah. So listen, we have figured it out. We have unlocked the code of life.
We have.
So
Have we?
he's saying
Is
that
it up, down, down, left, right, BA start?
yes,
Okay, the Konami code works every time.
that's it.
Works every time.
That's like the master code.
I mean, gets you 99 lives on Contra. That's the only way you can beat that shit. Even then,
So-
Get that tattooed on my pubic bone, right above the cock.
you need to get you some buttons and select and start tattooed on the inside of your thigh. Then that way she can like move the joystick and then hit the buttons.
I have a new tattoo idea.
So I guess if he's not caught up to date with what they found under, so apparently they found underneath the pyramids like 8 pillars under, not the big, like not the main pyramid, but the second pyramid. They found 8 pillars that went a certain amount. I can't remember how far down it went.
Really
But-
fucking far.
But they had coils around these pillars, and they found this from like lidar. So basically, ground penetrating radar is how they found these things. And then at the bottom of these pillars was 2 boxes that they're saying that they don't know what was in there, but me and Jeremy were saying that we think that they are basically like the Hall of Antiquities or whatever it was.
Hall of Records.
The Hall of Records, yeah. Because what was the other one that burned up?
You're goddamn
Library
right.
of Alexandria.
Yeah, that one was burned. So that one was destroyed.
And I say
so,
that like it didn't get burned and destroyed. It just got relocated to the Vatican. That's what's the Vatican archives. started
yeah, I
off
mean the
as.
Vatican's got, I mean the White House has got secrets that we'll never know about.
Dude, every government's got secrets we'll never know.
What's in Area 51?
Probably
bunch of
nothing at
UFOs.
this time. I'm pretty sure like it's just a smoke screen at this point. All the rear shit somewhere else.
Bob Lazar was on Rogan. He'll tell you exactly what was there.
It could have been, but I guarantee you none of that shit's there now.
Well, I can tell you this: if you think that nothing's there, then there should be no reason why we can't drive through the gate. Why we can't drive right up to Area 51 right now.
I'm not.
Do you want to try it?
Fuck no, I'm not stupid. I may be dumb, but I ain't stupid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they won't let you drive up to
Yeah,
Area
the fact
51
there's
still.
signs, I'm sure there's something there, but like all like the really high tech shit, I'm pretty sure they got somewhere else, like more
Where?
secluded. Who
We need
knows?
to make a suit like Ant-Man.
No, there was that movie. Remember, I think it's called Area 51, where those kids like sneak into Area 51. They got like trash bag suits on that helps like
Dude,
camouflage them from body sensor.
all you
body
have
heat
to do
sensors.
is surround yourself with mirrors. And then just walk straight in there.
I don't think that's how. I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah, dude.
Just I'm Mirror Man.
Just wear a suit made with nothing but mirrors.
Your reflections out of time.
Me and Jeremy were talking about it, actually, about this sort of how to penetrate one day, actually. Area 51, not each other. or
Oh,
anything.
well, I was about to say the
you
story
can't
of
do-
how to
you-
penetrate has happened many, many times before.
But, you know, obviously you can't just fly a drone in there because they'll see that and they'll be like, oh, that's easily noticed. But you're telling me that we do not have the technology to make things nano size with a good enough camera to be
Oh.
able to just
Like a fly on the wall.
Yeah, like
Like a fly. Like a fly.
on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, just zip it in there.
You should be able to.
I
I'm
mean-
sure that there's that
Oh,
technology.
I'm sure there is. Dude, they have like microchips now that's like smaller than like a grain of sand.
Yeah, I'm sure that could happen.
Again, like I'm sure the government's got some shit like that'll blow our fucking minds in this thing. Like, oh yeah, like here you go. This is a dust bunny. Yeah, we got 1080p, fucking 5.1 Dolby surround sound off this bitch.
Right. But so you're telling me nobody can come up with this to be able to infiltrate certain areas?
Oh, I'm sure you could
Oh.
get something RC like a rat or something and just crawl that
Dude,
bitch
they
across
had,
the
they
desert.
had some shit for that the military was doing. I forgot the name of like the program for it. But yeah, they were like rats. They were putting bombs on dolphins and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so just take a RC rat, and crawl that bitch
RC.
across the desert into Area 51. You know that how people would be up in the mountains and stuff, like not at Area 51, but close enough where they could zoom in on it with their cameras
they,
and stuff?
They like took away those couple mountains too. You can't go on.
Oh,
anymore.
really? You can't go on those anymore?
Yep.
You know that's why I refuse to drink RC Cola, right?
Why?
Because I refuse to be remote controlled.
Touche, sir. Touche.
Yeah.
All right. Our first official guest.
Yeah, there we go. Like
I can't.
It's actually looking like it's actually picking up when he's talking.
Oh, yeah. You've got it buried in the mic.
Like I got it like in the
They could probably
microphone.
hear him better than they can hear you.
Probably, especially right now when I leaned over here like that. Like I'm not very loud.
This
I
is
guess
gonna.
we'll find out whenever we watch the episode or listen to the episode.
Yeah, we were talking about earlier how the GoPro is literally right beside Jeremy right now, and we haven't tried to use it
Yeah,
yet.
we haven't even looked at it twice.
Yeah, so
Well, see, the initial call only came from because I called him yesterday. He didn't answer. And
you're not the only one.
Oh,
You are not the only one.
I was on death's door yesterday.
So I needed to make sure my good buddy was alive because I'm not hearing from you. If I don't hear from you at least once a day, I'll give you that 24 hours. Maybe you just got caught up and you're busy. Anything that's close to 36 hours, oh, buddy, I'm going to be knocking on your door.
Yeah, we got to send a search warrant out.
Yeah, like no, I was. I will never eat chicken nuggets from the deli or Food Line ever again.
Oh, we just talked about that too. Last episode,
This wasn't on
that.
the hot bar though. This is on like the.
It doesn't fucking matter. You don't go to the grocery store looking for food.
Where the fuck else am I supposed to go to get food?
Let me take that back.
That's the whole purpose.
Let me take that
back.
back.
To buy fucking food.
Okay, you don't go looking for pre-made food. You go for shit that you have to cook.
Bitch, Chef Boyardee is pre-made.
I mean, yes.
Straight out. No,
You don't have to cook that.
Just pop that can open and stick a fucking fork in.
So what chicken nuggets are you talking about?
We
then?
got like it's just.
You said from the deli?
Yeah, from the deli. Like you know where they have like the rotisserie chickens and shit.
Yeah, that shit's been sitting there for fucking 5 days.
That was the pinnacle of like my like. All right, so Saturday night we get home. The wife's like, "Oh, I don't feel good," and she goes to the bathroom. Next thing I know, I hear a like retching sound. And just, oh no. And I was like,
dude.
Oh, so I get up and she has exorcist vomited across the entirety of the bathroom.
Whose idea was to get fucking chicken nuggets from the fucking deli from the shit that's been sitting there for fucking ever?
I was fucking hungry.
Y'all were probably the only ones that bought those chicken nuggets in the last 30 days.
They throw them away after they come off.
Bullshit, they throw them away.
Well, either way, the wife was fucking praying to the porcelain god, and I was like shooting hot lava
You learned your lesson.
Like, I actually called out of work yesterday for the first time ever since I've worked there.
Holy shit. I guess it's the end of time.
Right?
We should probably go dig up underneath the pyramids now.
Call out, and it took me almost 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Almost 9.
Literally, I had text messages to Jeremy saying, "Are you alive?" And I got no response.
Dude,
that meant that he was dead.
I pretty much went to the bathroom, like proceeded to purge the demon, and would like stumble back to the bed and pass out. Wake up from the undying urge of, oh my God, my entire fucking intestine tract is trying to crawl out. Go empty that out and come back to the bed and pass out. Like, it was not good. Like, it's like 10 o'clock before I finally called out of work, and they're like, Oh, well, I wish you would have called us earlier about this. I'm like, well, I was trying to see if maybe I could make it, but we
It
ain't gonna
doesn't-
make it.
Doesn't that
Isn't
suck?
that the biggest bullshit answer, though? Oh, wish you would have told us earlier.
I was
wish
literally
you- I
about
wish
to
you might
say
have read
that.
earlier.
I was literally about to say that. Doesn't it suck when you call in, like you call out of a job, and they're like, "Oh man, well I really wish you could make it today," and you're like, "Dude," especially to people who don't call out very often, you're like, "Dude, man, I'm sick. I can't come into work today."
Like, if it wasn't an hour for me to drive to the warehouse and then load up stuff and then drive an hour from the warehouse to the first stop, we may would have chanced it. But I don't think I could have made it that hour ride without having to buy new shorts and get the car detailed.
I
Exactly.
I told you, dude, just let it go out of your pant leg.
Dude, and I'm telling you, it wouldn't have went out of my pant leg. It would have absorbed into everything. You know, like I sat in a fucking kiddie pool of shit.
It'll still dry.
Yeah, and smell like fucking rigor mortis.
Shit.
Smell like fucking skunk.
You just be
pussy.
like, whenever somebody walks by, you be like, "It's not me. I don't know what it is."
It's not the guy that's leaving a brown streak behind him as he walks around. It's not
I don't
him.
be like, dude, I don't know who it is, but I smell it too.
I don't
Like I'm
like-
trying to figure out who it
Like,
is.
man,
my damn
is
self.
it you? Are you the one that smells like that? You coming over here trying to blame me as I'm like just shaking the couple chunks out my pants leg.
It'd be corn. It'd be corn behind you.
Dude, you can eat cream corn and shit out whole kernel. Make that make sense.
I'm still wanting to try. I want to go on a corn only diet.
What? So
And
you
see-
just shit out like a whole ass corn cob?
A kernel, like a whole cob of corn. Is just see if that happens.
It's just gonna come out. It's gonna be.
I've been told to not go on a corn strict diet, but I just want to try it for like one day and see what happens. Only eat corn.
You're just gonna monitor your poo outtake the next morning. Like, all right, come on, whole cob. What you gonna do when that thing comes out your butthole and it ripples out?
I think that would be great.
See you later.
I think that would be great,
All right,
actually.
good, but let me get off here. I'll holler at you later.
Yeah, like I said, just wanted to see if you were alive and whatnot. Hadn't heard from you. And I'm starting to worry.
Yeah, I was trying to leave you alone since you're on vacation.
Well, congratulations. You were our first guest, by the way.
First of all, vacation is from work, not the best friend. That's not how that fucking works.
Fair enough.
Exactly.
So you watch your fucking mouth. Are you all doing the podcast on Thursday?
Possibly.
Jinx.
Give me a coke. All right, well, let me know if you want me to come up.
You are more than welcome coming from me, and this is
Yeah.
recorded at my house, so you can come if you want to.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeremy. Just a thing. Oh, well, because me and Jeremy have already talked about it, and I've already told him how you
What-
have that limit.
We got a premise hooked up.
Oh, really?
Yes.
There is a premise hooked up, but we're not going to tell you about it.
Yeah, we're just gonna like
You can tell me about the premise off the air.
no. Like I want your genuine reaction to it whenever he does it. Just like 3
Okay.
to 4 minutes. I just need you to just sit there.
Okay. Are
Okay.
y'all gonna like sit on each other's lap and?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna blow him in front of you. See how long you can last before you whip it out, and you want some of this.
I mean, I am all for seeing you two sit in that chair together using the same mic.
That actually came out a lot more homosexual than
This whole little tirade right here has just got like dripping undercurrents of it. So, anyways, all right, good buddy. I'll hot you later. All right, later.
Later. That is not the end of the podcast. We're just saying goodbye.
Uh,
Well, now that that's over with,
yeah, just
I think this was gold. I think this has been gold.
hey,
This whole podcast.
Yeah, like we come in here like what we're gonna talk about. I don't fucking know. We're just gonna
we had no idea.
just straight off the dome with it. We'll just go.
Yeah.
Maybe
I didn't even know we were recording. You're just like, and we're recording.
Yeah, pretty much like sneak attack.
Yeah. So before we end it, how long have we been going?
An hour and 4 minutes.
Okay. We got to talk about the Final Four because Duke is in the Final Four.
Okay.
We can talk
Who
about
else is in the Final Four?
Final Four is Duke has to play Houston, and then it's Florida and Auburn in the other two games.
Okay, so Duke's gonna play Florida.
So I told my dad earlier when he called me, my dad was like, okay, so who else is in the Final Four and who are you worried about? And I told him, and this is not because I'm a Duke fan, I've watched every other game. I don't care who plays Duke. I think Duke is going to win. I think Duke is going to win it all this year because I've seen the other teams struggle against these other teams that they're playing, and they're not playing as good as Duke is. The defense of these other teams are not as good as Duke's. The offense of these other teams are not as good as Duke's. I think the other team that's going to come out the other side is going to be Florida. I don't think that Auburn has been so okay. I could say this actually. Florida and Auburn has struggled in their games that they have played. I mean, they beat Michigan State last night, I think it was, and they beat them. It wasn't much of a challenge, but Michigan State probably shouldn't have been a number 2 seed anyway. But Auburn lost 3 of their last 4 games coming into the tournament. And then they still ended up being the overall number 1 seed somehow.
Yeah, how's that work?
Dude, because they had the strongest strongest body of work. Their strength of schedule was the strongest, and they had won like 16 games against teams that were in the top 25 at the time that they played them, which is impressive. But I have an opinion about that. That most of those teams were SEC teams, and like. I think that the SEC and let's just say whoever, ESPN or mainstream like media corporations are trying to build up the SEC because what's happening these days is that what they're trying to do is form these huge power conferences. Like they're trying to expand the SEC. They're trying to get these teams in who like draws a crowd every single game. And I think what's happening is they're trying to expose like SEC in college football. You think about it. Alabama won like 1 billion championships. LSU won one in there. Georgia won. All of these teams are out of the SEC. So they're trying to the SEC is the cash cow for college sports. And football is like the best money getter. So they're trying to build up the SEC in college football and college basketball to get the best talent, the best schools to want to come to the SEC. So what's happening is there's a lot of conferences who are saying, okay, well, we're not getting the best talent to come to our schools because we're not in a conference that gets a lot of exposure. So what are we going to do? We're going to leave our conference and we're going to try to find another conference to go to. Well, who's the best conference? SEC. We're going to try to join, but the thing is the SEC is only going to take the teams that draws the best crowd to come to their conference. Other teams are just going to be left out to dry. And what I think should happen is the NCAA should be just torn apart. I don't think that there should be an NCAA anymore. I think that there should be college sports. I think it should be college basketball should be their own thing. College football should be their own thing. And there shouldn't be like major colleges and mid majors. I think that the colleges who do the best, who have the most enrollment has a lot to do with it. What size is your college and what market are you in? How can you draw a crowd? How can you get publicity to come? Like, how can you get eyes and ears on your school? And then there's these other schools like Gonzaga. Notre Dame is not. They're an independent school.
Right.
So all of these other schools, I think that they should form a conference, and then there should be these major these major teams in a conference themselves. They play amongst themselves. The other conferences play amongst themselves. There's a championship for that. The smaller conferences, there's a championship for the bigger conferences. And the way that you do it is you split it up just like the NBA. You have an Eastern Conference and you have a Western Conference. The winner of the East plays the winner of the West, and then you figure out who the champion is that way. the only thing that the NCAA is they make rules and they collect money. That's
Yeah, I
all
was
the
about to say,
NCAA
that's
does.
money.
That's it. So now they're starting to return some of the money, the marketing that they get off of these players for like the televised games, the tournaments that they play
they're
in and
actually
stuff.
getting paid money now.
These
ain't
kids
they?
are starting to get paid now. Yeah.
Good.
So I think that whenever they
That's why I've always liked college sports more, anyways, because college they're trying to get to the majors, to get the big money, so they're actually playing.
right.
Whereas once they get like in the NBA or NFL or whatever, sometimes it just,
They don't care because they're
I
going to get
already,
paid.
I already got $18 million. Well,
This is the thing, like especially professional sports now. Let's say in the NBA, I don't remember how many games they have. I think it's 82. You'll have superstars that may only play 40 games a season, and then they'll sit out for the rest. Like, oh, I've got knee soreness or I've got shoulders,
my Achilles.
but they're getting paid either way. You know, Gilbert Arenas was one of those players who I remember. Gilbert Arenas milked the NBA. He had his contracts. He would sign his like guaranteed contract, and then he would get hurt. I'm saying in air quotes, and you may see him half the season. You may see him none of the season. And there's some players that do that now. And once they get these guaranteed contracts, they don't want to play anymore.
I mean, why? Like,
And the thing that really sucks about that is you have people who go to these games. Let's say, well, LeBron is on the Lakers now, and your team is, I don't know, the Oklahoma City Thunder. But you've always wanted to see LeBron play, and the Lakers are in town, and I've got enough money. I can get this one ticket to go see my favorite player, LeBron James, play in Oklahoma City. Well, guess what? LeBron's not playing tonight because he's got shoulder surgery or soreness.
He's got a sore finger.
Yeah, and you've spent, I don't know, I wouldn't say your life savings or anything like that, but you've
A
spent
substantial amount of money.
right to go see this man play, and he's sitting out. You didn't have that when we were young, you know. For what it's worth, I'm not a Michael Jordan fan per se because he went to Carolina and fuck Carolina.
That's the whole argument you're going to stem this off of?
Yeah, basically, I don't like Michael Jordan because the fucker went to UNC, and I am not a UNC fan. I'm a Duke fan, and fuck Carolina. Fuck Michael Jordan. That's the hill I'm going to die on.
There's going to be people around the block trying to fight your ass for saying
fuck Michael Jordan and the horse that he rode in on. Fuck him. I hope John, I hope you listen one of these days, and you listen to this episode in particular, and you make it to 1 hour and whatever minutes that we're at, and you
about
hear
111.
You hear me say fuck Michael Jordan. I don't like him. He's the best basketball player that we have seen up until the point LeBron James entered the league, and I'll give him credit where credit's due. He won 6 championships. He was the MVP. He was undefeated in the finals. All that bullshit. Fuck it. I don't like him. I think that I don't like LeBron anymore, and the older that he gets, and he cries, and somebody could wave their hand in front of his face, and he falls out on the floor and starts crawling around.
He's been
agony.
watching too much soccer.
Yeah, he's like a soccer player in the NBA. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, just to get back to it, Florida has had some games. I've been watching them. They've had some games where they were in like they should have lost.
They were in deep.
And then you got Auburn who has won their games, but eventually Auburn's going to have one of those games where and maybe it's this game against Florida, I don't know, but Auburn is going to have a game where they come back down to earth, and they had it throughout the season. Like I said, they lost 3 out of their last 4 games. And, and then you have Houston, where I watched them play the other night. They didn't really impress me. They play defense, but so does Duke. What's wrong? What you got to do? Oh, my God. Yeah, so Houston plays defense, so does Duke, but also Duke has the most efficient offense in the nation. And I think that's going to be better than Houston's defense because Duke has a defense too. and they have one of the most efficient defenses in the nation. And so I think that it's going to be Duke versus Florida in the national championship game. And I just like I said, I've watched all of these teams play. I think that Duke is the best team, and I think they're going to win their 6th national championship. And I'm doing this without Jeremy sitting here. We're just kind of he had to go take care of some TPS reports, and so yeah, Duke is going to win the national championship. Next, what is it? I think it's Monday. I think they play Monday for the national championship. You drink a liter of cola?
2 liters of water.
I got some of those. I can't remember which one.
Sorry,
think
had to be.
I think this one was Evolution, but I like drinking those pre and probiotic sodas.
They'll give you the shits.
No, not really.
Anyways, all right, you ready to put a button on this pig?
How long are we at?
An hour 15. That'd be good
Yeah,
enough.
I guess so. I could go start finishing up dinner.
Yep. So, all right. Well, this hereby concludes the meeting of the Midnight Society, and we'll see you again next week. Later, people.
Wait, hey,
Hey,
we haven't figured out what the name of this episode
I
is.
don't know what the fuck we're gonna name this. Are you alive?
Are you alive? Or Jeremy's alive?
Why's it always gotta be me?
Listen, man, that's just how it goes sometimes.
I'm fuck with me. I'm gonna name it Tristan Rants About Duke.
No, man. We got to get them hashtags rolling too.
I know what title I can put that or really attracts on. Fuck Michael Jordan.
No, we can't have a cuss word in the title.
I put the fancy F, the U with the circle on it.
We can put "we're in
unreal.
shambles."
We're in
Corey will appreciate that because he always laughs when I tell him. He'll call me sometimes. I'll be like, "Dude, I'm in shambles." He'll start laughing because it's the only minor inconveniences, and I'll tell him I'm in shambles. The other day, I was like, "Dude, I'm in shambles." He's like, "What?" I was like, "Well, this trailer doesn't have a stick on it. I literally had to find some fuel gloves at the fuel island where people have just kind of thrown them on the ground, and people will be running over them, and they had pollen all over them and stuff. But I drove a different truck, and they didn't have my gloves in them, and so I was dealing with that. I literally had to do a work order ticket from something that somebody had balled up, had basically thrown it away. I had to use that. So anyway, I don't care what we call it, honestly.
I'm in shambles. Okay.
I'm in shambles.
I'm in shambles. All right. So there you go, Corey. His name for you. Good. All right. So later, people. See you next week. Potentially. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that solar flare hit us.
We're going to be here Thursday.
Maybe. But then I won't release that one until Monday. Or maybe I'll just go ahead and release it and double dip. That way I'm not behind again.
I think we should go ahead and release it. Go ahead and market it.
Go ahead and double dip. All right. Then this concludes episode number 14.
14.
All right. Later, people. Deuces.
Bye.